Hi everyone, welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris, and welcome to the brush den, or the brush cupboard, or whatever you want to call it. All my brushes are on display. I'll give you a quick blitz of them. And then I've got a couple floating down here, along with a knot. So let's get stuck in. Obviously, classy background. I'm sure Jack over at the Virtual Groom Room will absolutely love that, being his favourite team on earth ever. Isn't that right, Jack? Right, we'll start off with the biggest brush in the den. Now, this was requested, or this video was requested by Santosh K. I'm going to try and be a little bit more personal with this stuff. I'm going to try and write down when people want recommendations or they want things, and try and remember names and write them down. So Santosh, thank you for the comments and thank you for asking for this. Probably something I've needed to do for a while. It has changed a little bit, but not much. First up, we have this, the Razorrock Hulk. It's an absolute massive monster of a brush. I think it's a 33 or a 35 millimeter knot. It's just huge. You can see that quality Samsung autofocus working there. Total shit it is. Great quality video, crap autofocus. But massive brush. And then what we'll do is we'll bring in the smallest brush and chuck it right next to it. So there is the Razorrock Hulk with the wee Scott. And as you can see, the wee Scott would pretty much fit inside the handle of the Hulk. Both fantastic brushes in their own rights. It's got a 13mm best badger knot, whereas the Hulk is a 35mm synthetic beast. And now I'm going to work from left to right through the brushes. And the first one that comes in is the Grizzly Bay, sort of Joker colour scheme, purple and green. It's a beautiful, beautiful brush. Tim Chestnut was the man that sent me this brush. He just sent me it as a gift out of nowhere, out of the blue. What a top bloke. It's got a 26mm Venturian knot, and with this camera at least you can see all those little hooks and bends in the tips. It does have pretty much gel tip traits without being a full gel tip brush. But it's a beautiful, beautiful brush. Really nice, lovely ergonomic handle. The next one is my West Coast shaving. This one comes from the Psychedelic range, and the colour on this is absolutely off the charts. Bright pink and sort of purpley neon. You can see the West Coast shaving logo right there. It is engraved in. It does look fantastic. It's a great brush to hold, but the knot is where this one really surprised me. Obviously these will be mass produced knots, but this is a 24mm dense silver tip knot. It doesn't quite gel, but it's a very, very soft, beautiful knot to use, and it creates phenomenal lathers. You can see right into the knot there. Well, I hope you can with the shakes that I've got. The next brush is one of the, in fact I think this might have been, I think this was the first brush, the first custom brush I ever had made, I think. And it was made by Leo Frillo out of America. Manchester United brush to match Jack's favourite team on the back wall there. Now this is a three-piece construction with a rod that runs through the middle, so it's three different types of resin. And on top we have a 26mm two-band, I think it's Best Badger from Magard Razors. Now this was re-knotted for me by Reyes Restores over on Instagram. If you're looking to have knots put in brushes, or brushes restored, or you want knots switched over, you want a knot removed and you want it sent somewhere else to be knotted, he is your man. He will do it without damaging your brush. But this is actually a really nice brush. I love the handle. It's very ergonomic. I think it looks great. The next one is a gift, or was a gift, from Oive Chapel, or Alexander Kaplan, or Alex Kaplan, as some of you may know him. He is a paramedic out of New York, and he's obviously going through a very tough time at the moment with work and probably emotions and mental strength and everything, with the work they're doing over there, with it being so just terrible with the COVID-19 breakout. This is a Carnivus in Richardson. It is a 20, I think it's a 24mm knot, and it is a, someone told me what this knot was last week. They put a post on it, a comment, and I can't remember now. It's no. All I know is that this is the gel tippiest knot I have ever come across. Look at the tips on that. It's sensational. When this brush is wet, the knot is almost non-existent. It is so soft and floppy you don't even really notice on your face. It's so great for sensitive skin. But a fantastic handle. It did have a Katie's Bubbles logo, I think it was on this part here or this part here, but it was all discoloured and didn't look very nice, so I took that off. The golden nib. It is a golden nib knot. There you go, the golden nib. It just came to me. Thank you very much to the commenter that popped out on there. I can't remember your name. Typical, but thank you very much for popping it on. I have remembered now. Next brush is another Leo Friel custom. This one comes with a 24mm authentic tuxedo knot from AP Shave Co, and these for me are the sort of the top of the top when it comes to synthetics. Very good quality synthetics come out of AP Shave Co, and look at the colours. I know there's not a lot of colours here, but it's like a golden green shimmer. And this one has got my Celtic coin on the bottom. Now Leo Friel, who makes these brushes over at Perfect Woodwork LLC, he will source these coins for you if you've got a theme in mind, or a football team in mind, or whether it be basketball, baseball, netball, ice hockey. He'll source the coin, he'll make the brush, he'll do it all for you. It's well priced, and he'll get it to your door in great time. And he's an awesome bloke to work with, Leo Friel. Beautiful brushes that he makes. Right, next up we have the first sort of hard to obtain brush that ever entered my den, and it was this. Actually, sorry, this was the second one. I had a wolf whiskers before this. This is my first synthetic wolf whiskers. In fact, this was the first time I tried what was a real type soft quality synthetic knot. You can see there. Now this is the blueberry pie colour scheme. Hopefully you can see that. It's got a 24mm black wolf bulb knot, which is pretty much identical to the previous knot that I showed you, the AP Shave Co tuxedo knot. The tips feel the same, the look of it is pretty much identical, and this is a beautiful handle. This is the Odyssey shape handle. It's very ergonomic, very comfortable, and it works fantastic. The next brush, I'm moving into my sort of my favourites now, is my wolf whiskers again, 25mm black wolf ultra fan knot. You can see how sort of really, can't think of it, it's almost like a triangle, isn't it? It's like a cone, but it's beautiful soft tips again, same tips, but it's this knot is quite dense and it's got fantastic backbone. But look at the colour, look at the resin in that. I've got to say I'm quite happy with the quality of this video that's coming out here. The autofocus is working better because I'm just looking at something in a bright space. Absolutely fantastic. Peter makes one of the best turns and best pulls in the business, and his customer service is just fantastic. He does still work off a wait list, and everyone has the opportunity of getting on there. If you want one bad enough, you will get on that list and you will get one. Next one is a recent addition. It's been used quite a lot, and it is my Shave Mac handmade Germany. This bulb knot is a 26mm unique silver tip badger knot, and it is absolutely beautiful. Look at the tips on that. Let's see if I can hold that a little bit more steady. Absolutely fantastic. Very unique looking. I know that's not why it's called a unique knot. It's unique because of the hair type, but the actual bulbs that Burns makes over at Shave Mac are fantastic. And look at the colours through that handle. Tremendous brush. Makes a fantastic lather and looks beautiful as well. Now this one, oh, nearly knocked my camera off. This one is one of my faves. Definitely my favourite handle, I would say, in the den. And this is my 25mm black wool fan knot set inside an Envy Shave abalone handle. And we should be able to really get a real good look at this today. This was recently polished by Milton over at Turn and Shave, who gave it a real good polish for me and Got all the sort of striations and imperfections out of it through all the journey around the world that it did. But look at the colours in there. It's absolutely fantastic. I think Nathan Clark makes one of the nicest brushes, and he's really unique with his handles. And this one makes a great lather as well. Next one contains my favourite knot, and it's the 28mm Rhodium. You've seen this used several times on the channel. I absolutely love the handle as well. You can really see that sort of pearlescent shimmer through the handle there now. I think, in all honesty, I think that darn Rob Moffat over there makes some of the best pores and creates some of the nicest looking handles. I love how it's fatter on the bottom but it's still big on the top. It doesn't look out of proportion. It's just such a cleanly made brush. There is this coin on the base. It's just fantastic, and look at the density of that knot. Now I've lost a few hairs from this knot, but the density of it is still fantastic, and the quality in the tips, I don't know whether I'll be able to get close enough so you can actually see. It's very, very soft. It retains water well. You can see how thick it is. It's a big old knot. Absolutely beautiful. That darn Rob 28mm Rhodium knot made by Serge Andanicic out of the Australian Capital Territory in Australia. The next one is another Wolf Whiskers. This one is my purple Haze. You'll see there that the finish on Peter Wolf's brushes are absolutely exceptional. Look at the gloss, the shine. There's no striations or marks, there's no tooling marks left on his brushes. This one has got 7 flutes, I think. 2, 4, 6, 7 flutes. Wolf Whiskers coin in the bottom. And this one's got a 25mm Black Wolf fan knot, which I think is pretty much the same knot that is in my Envy Shade brush. And it's just fantastic. Look at that. You can see the reflections shining off it. The next one is a brush that doesn't really, you don't see them too often on Facebook, on YouTube. You don't see them too often at all. And I don't really know why, because these from Brush Guy are pretty much the most ergonomic brush you will ever use. They're so comfortable to hold. This is Matt Marting's old company, brushguy.com, lather with excellence. He now makes brushes for Strike Gold Shave and West Coast Shaving, and his wife makes the soaps for Strike Gold Shave, and they also have their Marting products out of West Coast Shaving as well, the splashes and soaps. But look at the pore. I know my fingers are covering a lot of that. Let me see if I can get any. His pores are just absolutely divine. I mean, that's fantastic, isn't it? Now that's quite an old brush now. That's been around for a while in my den. I'm just going to grab the other one. Just give me a second. I just took this brush out. This is the brush I'm actually using today in my shave, and it's this, my Tony Forsyth custom shaving brush for the channel. Another cut above with Chris TF custom brushes. Look at the colours in this. This is called Phantom Nebula. This really sparkles, this handle. It's got a 26mm black and white knot. It's not as soft as the AP Shave Co Tuxedo knot, but it is, by all respects, a very, very good knot. It's quite dense. This one's got a lot of scrub as well. It's got way more scrub than the Tuxedo knot has, but not enough to really cause me too many issues. The handle style was created by Tony for my brush, and there was only 2 of these brushes initially made. He did go on to make a few more without the writing on the bottom for other customers who wanted one, but there's only 2 of these in existence. I own one, and there was a giveaway where someone won one. So fantastic brush from Tony Forsyth over at TF Custom Shaving Brushes. The next one is easily the best. I would say it's probably the best bowl brush I've ever used, really. Now, it wasn't to begin with, but it is now. And this one is a custom brush that was made for me from an absolutely awesome gentleman who goes by the name Grey Dog. Now this has got a 27mm, look at those tips, holy shit, 27mm Omega Super or Professional Bore brush knot that was removed and set inside this gorgeous spalted oak on the bottom here where my pinky is tapping, which actually came from Grey Dog's back garden, and it's got bloodwood on the top. Now it's hard to sort of get that bloodwood to really show its true identity. In the hand, this bloodwood looks absolutely fantastic. It looks amazing. The handle shape, it's like a keyhole handle shape. It's very comfortable to hold. It's got great weight. I can actually feel obviously the knots up here, but the bloodwood must have quite a bit of density to it because it's sort of middle heavy, if that makes sense. But it's a very, very nice brush. My throat's going now, talking too much. The next one was one in a sort of raffle giveaway that was run a good long time ago by Jared over at West Coast Shaving. This is a Pasteurs 2017 limited edition run from MB Shave. Look at the handle on that, fantastic, isn't it? I keep saying fantastic, it's my word of the day, fantastic. It's got a 25mm Black Wolf fan knot. It's almost an ultra fan, slightly different to the other knots that I've got. There's the MB Shave coin in the bottom, and you can see this, it's like fire. He makes a fantastic brush. Very comfortable to hold this brush. It's messy. I do get a lot of lather and stuff all over my hands and stuff like that. It doesn't really hold the lather too well, but it's a very, very nice brush to use, and I don't think it'll ever leave the den, to be honest. There was only 25 of them made, I think, initially. Well, that was it, 25 made altogether. Now this one came from a deceased estate, a gentleman who passed away over, well, I think it must be 2 years ago now, I think. Who was a major contributor and a much loved person within the shaving community in Australia. I never knew him personally, I didn't really know much of him whatsoever, but what I did know of him and what I was told was that he was an awesome guy and gave his time to everyone, and as a result all of his shaving stuff was raffled off and sold to give money to the family to try and help with funeral costs and try and let them move forward as best they could. So this brush is absolutely beautiful. It is a Simog. You can see the sort of grey and black almost wood effect handle from the resin, very nice. I do like the metal collars on the Simogs, and this one has got a 24mm Boja knot, which is 50% boar, 50% best badger, and it took a long time to break this brush in, and it's still got a little bit of scritch and scratch. You can see on the bottom there, special edition Owners Club. It's all scratched up now from where it's been pushed along on the table and stuff. But it's a gorgeous little brush. 8 years old this year. 2020 we're in. So fantastic. I do enjoy using it. It makes a great lather. It's quite a small knot really, but it works very, very well. The next one was another gift. This came from Charles Bullock over at Craving Shaving. Now, he basically started out his channel, I think I'd been going for about 2 years. Asked some questions, got some tips and tricks. I mean, I don't really have much to say. It's just been trial and error for me, but he made this brush for me not long after he started his turning. Now this brush is absolutely beautiful. The colour scheme, the handle shape, the contours, the comfort, the knot, and I love the coin in the bottom. So let's have a bit of a close-up. So the knot is a 26mm Dura knot, which was a knot from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. It's no longer available. There are knots that are similar. I think Milton over at Turn and Shave sells one that's similar. I think it's called the Half Moon knot. I think I actually had one a while back. Very similar, but this has got nice scrub, but it's beautifully soft on the tips, and it's a nice looking knot as well. But really, this handle, the colours, how he got these colours in here. I asked him to make a brush with the colour scheme of the Siri logo from Apple, and holy shit did he knock it out of the park. Now his brushes are impeccable. There's nothing, there's no striations, there's no tool marks, and he's relatively new in the brush making game. He's trying new things, trying out all these different things. But the thing I like about his coin is it's small, and you can probably see the light running around the coin through the resin, how it lightens up and all these lovely colours come through. You can't see all of that if you stick a big coin in the bottom. I think the smaller coin really works. I think it makes the brush look more elegant. And the knot is fun. It's probably the best synthetic knot in the den. I think it is actually the best synthetic knot in the den. I really enjoy this Dura knot. It's got an almost square sort of shape to it. It's not a perfect looking knot, but it works brilliantly. And last, but certainly not least, probably my favourite brush that came out of Turn and Shave, and it's my 30mm whipped dog bow knot. This is the weirdest looking knot you'll ever see. It's all twisted and sort of, it's just a fantastic knot. It holds lather well, it creates lather well, it's got no scritch or scratch, it's very comfortable, it's got a very low loft, but it splays super easy, it's not very dense. You can see there when you squeeze it, it just squishes in. But it's absolutely wonderful when you get some water on there. But the handle that Milton turned for this is just special. I love the shape. The shape actually came from a dogwood handcrafts brush. But this is what I'm saying here. Now, you can see that's all see-through, you can see the stuff through it, through the actual base of the handle. If it had a coin that was that size, you would see all the way through and all that beautiful colour in the base of the handle. And that's my sort of point with the smaller coins. I prefer the smaller coin, I think it looks better, and I think it just allows you to see into your handles more, especially if you have something like this where it's see-through on the bottom and it's got all those lovely swells. But 30mm whip dog bow, the knot was set by Reyes Restores because Milton will not ship natural hair knots, which is absolutely fine and fair enough. So Reyes Restores, JR over there, knotted this one for me and sent it over. Fantastic bloke, fantastic at what he does. Real passion in the hobby, along with Milton as well. But that is it. That is me, done and dusted. So I hope you enjoyed that. Santosh K, I hope that's let you have a little look at the brushes that I own. There is one more brush coming into the den, and I've got another loan brush coming from Surjan over at Rhodium. The new brush, once it gets here, will be getting re-knotted by Rhodium knots, and then that'll be my spending and shaving stuff done for quite some time, I think. I will most likely still receive the odd thing here and there from companies and stuff that I will review and give my honest feedback on. But other than that, you guys stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive. I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.